So last time, it was me, Coco, and Ricky, and we were working with Travis with music, and Dom, who wasn't there, but he had been collaborating also as a part of that process with some music also from a musician friend of Coco's who lives in Ohio, named Moxie. And strangely, even though we didn't actively collaborate with Kelsey Livingston, her artwork became a really sort of important part of the backdrop of the work. But as we're moving forward, we do want to work with local and regional artists, but we're also interested in inviting guest artists from other parts of the country. And there's something about bringing in people from outside of this area and outside this region to sort of infuse some new perspective, some new understanding of movement and the reason we do it. I think there's something important about inviting other people's philosophies, messages into this process. So I think that if we're lucky, if this grows the way that it should be, then I think that eventually as artists are coming in, they will know about this and contact us and see where we are in this process and sort of pop in and sprinkle some goodness in it. Because right now, we haven't even really talked to other dance artists yet. I think that we're working with the dance artists that we've been working with and primarily collaborating with visual artists, musicians, theater artists. So working with artists of other disciplines is something that I would like for us to be doing more of. It's nice to have it at the Arts Council. They've been very supportive. As we are moving forward, if we find other places or spaces that feel connected to this process, we can shift it into another place. I think that this is mobile. It's very mobile. The process for me is very different from any process I have really indulged in ever. Prior to this, I would spend a lot of time journaling, writing, contemplating, letting the muses come by and just drop off ideas, play with them, start to craft something, start to craft some movement inside of this idea. That was very satisfying. I've enjoyed it, a lot, and I've created work that I enjoy a lot through that process. This process is nothing like that. I don't even have a way to talk about it yet because it is the opposite of what I've been doing for, decades. And so I walk in with just the idea that I'm open to whatever gets sort of born in that moment, and I run with it. And so this is even inside of the rehearsal, it is like this nonstop idea, which is why we keep the book out, because we just have to write them. Because the book is filled with ideas that haven't even been used yet, But we don't want to throw them away, and we know they belong somewhere, and they're fun, and we're curious about them. And we keep moving toward whatever idea we have set for that moment, knowing that we might throw that all away because some new idea might come up and we're like, oh no, that's what we're working on today. I've been in processes similar to this, but I've been able to have it for a longer period of time. So this would be considered sort of the play time, and then there'd be like another month or two, that's the shaping time, and then it would go out into the world for public consumption. What we're doing now is process, kind of clean it up a little bit, public consumption, We don't have a lot of time to be precious about it, but it's something about the being in the practice of process that is satisfying. I've never created a piece that I have thought that anybody needs to know something about this piece. I have had lots of people ask me questions about my work, and I just ask them what they saw. I think most people do watch dances and they're trying to make sense of it. They're trying to find the story. They're trying to, what is the symbolism? What are we getting at? They're worried that their perception of it is the wrong perception of it. But as far as I'm concerned, the only thing I can do is make some stuff and feel like this is the stuff of me, right? This is the stuff of us, and present it. And this is the thing I say to most people is that my work will meet you in the middle. The accumulation of you will meet the accumulation of this in the middle, and then they'll have a relationship. And so the first thing I ask is, well, what did you see? It leaves it so open-ended that they'll immediately, almost every time, they'll immediately tell me their whole story. Well, this is what I saw. And they go into this beautiful narrative that has nothing to do with anything that was floating inside of here for me, right? But it's this really clear, beautiful thing for them, or tragic, whatever they saw. And I'm like, okay, great, I love it. It's not where I was necessarily going or thinking, but I think that if that's what you saw, I'm thoroughly grateful that it took you somewhere. The next performance is at the Arts Council Firehouse Gallery, second floor, on July the 15th, which is a Friday, 7:30. The best way to contact me is to sleep somewhere close to me at the same time and send your dream energy into my dream space. And then we'll have a conversation, and then you'll get all the information that you need. Or you could go to CKA.com, wastaken.com, to get more information about the shows, Coco, the other dancers we're working with, bits and pieces of our writings and our drawings. So yeah, CKA.com, wastaken.com. We think it's pretty clever. I giggle all the time.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Leave.